and let me do it. And realize that we are finite. We are weak. If we want the power of Christ to rest upon us and to show up in our situation, we must get out of the way. So, let's go to Judges and go to the book of Judges, chapter 7. And we're going to start at 2. Judges 7 and 2. Let me just get to that. Okay. In the book of Judges, the Israelites found themselves in a predicament where the Midianites had come up, and they were like grasshoppers. There were so many of them that they spread themselves out across the land, and Israel did not have a chance against them. They could not fight. They were brought under subjection to the enemy. And God was going to deliver them, but He was not going to deliver them to where they thought they delivered themselves. It doesn't matter how skillful you are in something, you still need God. You need God for the wisdom to direct you how to use your skills, how to use the knowledge. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but you still need the wisdom of God how to carry it out. And so Israel knew how to fight, but God wanted them to know that even though you know how to fight and might know what to do and how to do, you still need me to do it. It says, and the Lord said unto Gideon, the people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into your hands. Lest Israel vaunt themselves, or lest Israel boast themselves against me, saying, mine own hands has saved me. God said, if I give you the battle, if I give you the victory with these men that you have, then you're going to boast against me and say that you did it yourself. Look what God is saying about Israel. Is that not the attitude of people today? The preacher, God's not going to give His glory to the preacher, to the prophet, to the apostles, to anyone today. God's not going to give His glory to us. God's not going to give His glory to anyone. And so He lets Gideon know that the men that you have that to fight the battle are too many. I need you to take them down to the water. And so God was going to clear out and get rid of all the extra men so that when He gave them the victory, they would have to know that it was God. When God does some things, when you look at it, you have to know that it was God. Israel had to know that it was God that brought them out of Egypt with all the plagues and brought them through the Red Sea that divided and water stood up on both sides and brought them on the other side and destroyed Pharaoh's army in the midst of the sea. God would do it miraculously that you got to look back on it and say, there's no way I should have come through. that was nobody but God. God will let you exhaust all of your finances, all of your resources, all of the people trying to help you. You will exhaust everything that you have and get down to a piece of bread. So you will have to know you have nothing left, don't even have a penny, that you will have to know when you look back, it was God. And we give God the glory and we give God the praise, because he's not going to give you his glory. You'll just have to keep suffering, or your family will just have to keep suffering, but he's not going to give you his glory. He went on to say, now therefore go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000. The fearful was 22,000, they went home, and there was 1,000 men left. And the Lord said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. If I give you the victory with 1,000 people, you're still going to boast against me and say you did it. He said, bring them down unto the water, and I'll try them there. He said, and it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, this shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee. And of whomsoever I say unto thee, this shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought him down to people unto the water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, every one that lapped of the water with his tongue, as the dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise, every one that bowed down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hands to their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And the Lord said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thine hand, and let all the other people go, every man unto his place. And so God was letting him know that I'm going to deliver you from this great multitude, from this great army. I'm going to do it with 300 men, and you will know that I did it. You will not get my glory. And so when God delivers you, you're going to know that God did it, and you will not be able to take his glory. So the sooner you realize that you need to get out of the way, pray and get out of the way. You're running here, running there, trying to get help over here and help over there, and God just sitting back, just waiting for you just to get out the way, and he's going to fix it. The Bible says the works are finished from the foundation of the world. It's already done. Your problems and what you're going through is already history for God. It was history for God in the beginning, before the foundation of the world. God already knew what he was going to do. He'd already worked it out. It's finished. It's done. But he's not going to manifest it. He's not going to bring it to pass as long as you're standing between him and his glory. So, the Bible says that in Psalms it says some trust in chariots and some in horses. But we will remember the name of the Lord our God. You must remember that it's God. In those days, they didn't have tanks. They had horses and they had chariots. That was the tools that was best used in fighting. And so they put a lot of confidence in being able to ride in a chariot and be more mobile and able to get around and do a better job at fighting and conquering. But they also knew, these individuals knew, said that some people trust in those chariots and a way of fighting, and some people trust in the horses because horses are strong and horses go out and go into the battle and have no fear. But they said, but we're going to remember the name of the Lord our God. And that's what you have to understand and remember. We have to understand that we must decrease so that God can increase. God can't increase when you're in the way. So you must decrease and let God increase in your life and in your situation. You can't help God. God does not need your help. And God's arm is not short that he cannot reach your case. He's just waiting for you to move. And it's not going to be by power nor by might, but it's going to be by my spirit, said the Lord. I'm the one that's going to do it. It's by my spirit. Not by your power, and not by your might, not by your doctor, not by your lawyer, not by your money, not by your family. It's going to be by the power of God. When Jesus said, all power in heaven and earth is given unto me, God is omnipotent. He has all power, and he's omniscient. He knows all things. He has all power, knows all things, and he can reach your situation. But you need to get out of the way and move back and let God do it. May God bless. Alfonso Coble at sbcglobal.net.